Yes guys, welcome back, and this is your Chelsea versus Man United preview. I'm going into tomorrow's game at Old Trafford. I'm obviously outside, nice weather, so I thought wash them out, might as well just film some content. So 2 videos you're going to be getting in this setting. You'll be getting this and the current state of Chelsea Football Club, with the current state being released before this. So you're going to get a double upload day. Lovely day. I'm filming this before Enzo Maresca's press conference ahead of the trip to Old Trafford. Or at least before the quotes get released. So, yeah. I'm going to assume no new injuries from what we already know. So, pretty much healthy squad except for Levi Colwell and Liam Delap. Man United, they've had a really start to their season. They've not been good, and anything other than a win would be seen as a shock and a disappointment on Chelsea's end of things. Enzo Maresca needs to go into this game coming off the bat of a 3-1 loss to Bayern Munich. If you haven't seen my 2 reviews, yes I did 2, a further one, and the straight up emotions one, check out the last video, because that was quite a interesting video to film. I enjoyed it, so I'm going to be doing more further reviews like for the Man United game. So make sure you are here, and make sure you have post notifications on, and make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you do like and comment if you did enjoy the video. But like I said, Man United, really dodgy start. They've come into the season with only 1 Premier League win, and that being against Burnley. They lost 1-0 to Arsenal. I think they drew to Fulham, and then they also beat Burnley, and then I believe last week they lost. Yeah, they lost 3-0 to Man City. We come into the season with, so far, unbeaten. Excluding, and bear in mind this is excluding the Bayern Munich game. Premier League wise, we have a 0-0 draw, 5-1 win. We also have a 2-2 draw, and we have a 2-0 win. Coming against Fulham, Crystal Palace, Brentford, and West Ham. Now, I think the way we line up for this game is 1 wing back, 1 full back keeping width. Because I don't know why we would try overload the midfield against Man United. And I do think we'll see a little bit of rotation. Players who didn't play on Tuesday night, who can afford to have some rest, like Andre Santos didn't start, I think they will play this game. And it will be stupid of Enzo Maresca to overplay the midfield. Yes, I'm not saying bench both Caicedo and Enzo, but I think one of them needs rest, and I think I know which one needs rest the most. So let's get into my Chelsea versus Man United 11, who will beat, who will dominate, who will assassinate. I'm not sure if I'm even allowed to say on YouTube, but who cares? Man United at Old Trafford. In goal, Robert Sanchez. He put in a very good display against Bayern Munich, even though we lost. He was not the reason why we conceded all 3 goals. The 3 goals we conceded was because of defensive errors. You could tell after the 3rd goal, Robert Sanchez was furious. He knows you can't be making the mistakes at the highest level of European football. At the back, Marc Cucurella, Chalobah, Josat Champong, and Reece James. Look, both Reece James and Gusto started the other night, so one of them will start this game. Unless if we do start Josat Champong at right back, and we start Tosun. Which once again wouldn't surprise me with how Man United play, but this is what I think we're going to do. I do not think Hato starts. Actually, Hato could start, but do I think he'll start? No. Do I think he'll come off the bench? Yes. If Hato does start, it'll be at left centre back, on the ball, off the ball. So it will practically be Cucurella, Hato, Chalobah, Reece James. If Hato does start, I do think it will be that. In the midfield, I think we'll be going with a Andre Santos and Caicedo pivot. Andre Santos, in his many cameos he's had, he's obviously not out of favour by Maresca, but Maresca is slowly interrogating him into the squad. It would have been the same for Esteval, but because of the injury of Liam Delap, that's kind of forced our hand a bit, and Esteval will get more bench minutes like Andre Santos than, let's say, Mark Yu, because Esteval is a key part to our future, 100%. He is a key part to our now and future, and he's a top player, but because he's young, we shouldn't be starting him every game, rightly so. Enzo Fernandez needs rest. He's had a very inconsistent start to the season. He was sick against Palace, decent against West Ham, kind of against Fulham, good against Brentford, invisible versus Bayern, but he wouldn't sit versus Bayern. But I do think he gets rest this game, and I hope he gets rest. I hope we see a Andre Santos pivot with Caicedo. We did see that near the end of the Bayern Munich game. It worked out quite well. On the wings, I think I'm going to go with a Pedro Neto and Garnacho wing pairing of Neto on the right, Garnacho on the left. Garnacho had a point to prove to Man United. He will be up for this game, and he's had a good start to life at Chelsea. He's looked promising, he's looked active, he's looked positive on the ball. He likes to take on this man. He did nearly get an assist and a goal against Bayern Munich. I'm going to count as an assist versus Brentford. I know it took a deflection, but I'm going to count as an assist. But Garnacho's had a good start to life at Chelsea. This is what I say, do not quickly assume every single signing will be crap, because some of them may surprise you. João Pedro surprised a lot of people. Garnacho is doing the same. Pedro Neto, once again, a very good start to the season, coming from back of an amazing Club World Cup. He got a goal against West Ham, and I'm pretty sure he even had 1 or 2 assists. But I think he starts. He's too good to drop right now. He's playing too good to drop. So I do think Garnacho will start. Neto starts. Both are basically undroppable. And up front, I'm gonna go with João Pedro with Palmer behind him in the 10. Now, I was debating over having a false 9, like Pedro Neto, shift Palmer out to a right, or left even, have Garnacho on one of the sides, then kind of do what we did, I forgot who it was against, but what we kind of had was a false 9, right, and then João Pedro on the left, who tucks inside, Palmer in the middle, and we kind of have a winger on the right, if you know what I mean? So, with Cucurella keeping width, which is actually what I'm going to opt for. So, Neto up front, João Pedro on the left, acting as a left 10, Palmer in the middle, acting as a right 10, then you have your regular right winger in Garnacho. I think that's what we're going to go for, against a very solid Man United. Okay, that's a lie, they're not solid. But that is going to be my front 4. Pedro Neto up top. João Pedro on the left, tucking in as a left 10. Palmer as a right 10/10. And then Garnacho on the right. With Cucurella keeping width on the left to act as that left wing back/left mid. I think that's going to be the way we attack this game. Score prediction wise. I think we're going to get a 2-0 win. I think Pedro Neto and Pedro getting the scores with Palmer getting an assist. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. This preview. If you did, like I said at the start, like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and peace!